Hi children, welcome to today's EVS class. Today's class will further learn about the sources of water. In the previous classes, we learned about how the different sources of water are different based on the land they have. Either they have on all sides, or they have on the both sides, or they have on one side. And also we learned about the salt and the fresh water sources. So today's class, among the different water bodies what we have learned, even further we can divide them in some other categories also. That is what we are going to learn, children, today. So when you were learning about the different water bodies, you have drawn the pictures also, no children, and also you are seeing the different images shown. How is a pond, how a lake will be, sea, ocean and all. So when you were seeing that, even we discussed about the well and also the hand pump and also the tube wells. So how they will make the tube wells, children? What they will do, they will dig the earth and they will send the tube well, and from that they will, under the earth water is there. So that will be taken out. So some of the water sources you see they are under the ground. Some of them you are able to see on the surface of the earth, surface of the ground. So again we can classify the water sources as surface water and the ground water. Surface means you are seeing on the ground. On the ground, what all water bodies we saw, children? Yeah, very good. Pond, lake, sea, ocean, even river. We saw all these on the ground. Even the streams also on the ground. We can able to see them on the ground. Sir, they are called as the surface water. But some places we need to, as I told you, in the cities and all, we get the water from the bore well. So bore well means what, children? They will dig the earth and they will send the pipes inside the ground, and inside the ground between the rocks the water will be stored. So that can be taken through the pipes, through the motors and all. So that is called as the even in olden days they used to dig the well. So now even the same well only, but instead of digging, we are sending the tubes and taking the water. So they are taken from under the ground. That is why they are called as the groundwater sources. So the water sources can be divided into surface water and groundwater. So which are the surface water sources, children? So among these, we start from the smallest: pond, lake, even river, even sea and ocean also we see on the surface only. So they are called as the surface water sources. Now some water sources we dig the earth and we get. They are called as the groundwater sources. Well, in the villages you might have seen well, and in the cities we can see tube wells, bore wells, and also when the bore is done, tube is sent inside, then they will take it as the hand pump. Above hand pumps will be there. Sometimes even taps also will be there. So these all are from the under the ground. Yes. So now even another way also we can classify these water sources. How? See, some of them, as I told, digging means we are the one doing, man-made. Man is digging and he is sending the tubes and getting. So all these all are the man-made sources, children. Man-made sources. But pond, lake, river, sea, ocean all are present in the nature on its own. Human is not making that. So it is in the nature. So they are called as the natural sources. So these all well is made by man. What for they will make? When there is no water in the place, if there is very less rainfall, rivers are dried, lakes are dried. So what the man can do? So they will dig the earth and they will make the tube well or a hand pump or bore well they will make, and hand pump also digging the earth and taking the water only. So they are the man-made sources or artificial sources. But this pond, river, lake all are in the nature itself. Pond, lake, river, sea, ocean, all these are natural sources. So see, different categories we can divide these water sources. See, first you learnt about which side they have, how many sides they have the land. Then you learnt about some of them have the fresh water, some have the salt water. Then you learnt about that some of them are on the surface, on the ground. Some we are only making groundwater we are taking. And some of them, as you know, we are digging the well and all, they are called as the man-made sources of water. And some are as such in the nature. So now you tell me, children, all these different sources, we are categorizing. How do they get the water first of all? A river, just now I said, if suppose rain is not there, it will dry. A pond will dry if there is no rainfall for 2 or 3 years. Even the well and all, they are under the digging and taking. So how they are getting the water? Replenish, it is called replenishing. How they will get it the water again and again? How are they able to supply the water to the people? Very good. For all this, the main source is the rain. So rain falls and it will only fill the pond, lake, river, sea, ocean, everything. Even it is under the ground, it seeps under the ground. The rain water, no, it will go seeping, means it will go under the ground, and that is how even the groundwater is also stored under between the rocks. That is how we are able to get. Yes, so that's what we see, how these all the sources are getting replenished. That is, they are able to get the water again and again. So now rain is the main source of, rain is the main source of water on the earth. Yes, on the earth. Now, for example, if there is a river, like this, a river is there. So when it is raining, the rain will fill the river, lake, pond, all this. Same way, if it is the ground is there. So if rain falls, so that this water will go inside, that is called seeping inside. It seeps inside the earth and it will get stored between the rocks. So that is what rocks. So that is only we will send the tube and we will take out. Tube wells are sent and we are able to get it. So the clouds will be up, the rain water. So this clouds and ground. So the rain water only, it will fill the rivers, lakes, ponds all, and also the rain water only is making the water table. That all you learn when you go to higher classes. Under the ground also water is available because of the rain. That is why rain is very important. If rain is not there, so all this will get dried. Even the under the ground also water won't be there. Even the rivers, everything will dry. Yes, no children. So these all things we learned about the different water bodies. Now your S2 is very important. Why? Because in that some pictures are there. Based on that only today's activity. So let us see what is given in the workbook, children. Please take open your workbook. In S2, you have drawn fresh water. You have divided into many names are there, no children. Ocean, lake, pond, sea, waterfall, well, same names. You have to categorize them as surface water, groundwater, and also natural and artificial source. So that is today's activity. You can do these names, you copy in one page of your notebook, and down you write how I wrote natural, artificial sources, and also surface and ground, and you which will go to which category. Same way you can make box also, or you can write as such how I wrote with arrows. You can complete that activity. Now let us move on to the S3 student, 37 page number. You see natural and man-made sources of water. Circle the odd one out. First one, hand pump is given, a pond is given, and you can see from the picture river is given. So in this you have to circle the odd one. Which is the odd one, children? Start thinking which is the odd one there. Hand pump is what? See the heading, it is about the man-made and natural sources. So you have to go for that only. S3 page 37. Don't forget to write the date. So first one, which is the odd one? Yeah, these two are pond and river are surface water. So which one you have to circle? Hand pump you will. This is the hand pump you will circle. Because why, children? Because it is the underground water source. Second question, why it is odd one? This is the A1, B1. Why it is the odd one? Because pond and river are natural sources of water. Hand pump is an man-made source of water. So you can write that, children. Pond and river are natural sources. Hand pump is an artificial or man-made. Anything, both are either artificial source of water you can add. Now, second question, how is a well different from a sea? So now you will not write about the salt fresh water. Here it is about the natural and man-made. So well is a man-made source. Very good. Well is a man-made. there is a man-made source of water. You had a pour of water every there also. And what about the sea? Sea is a natural source of water. Yes, no children? Yeah. So this you can do. And next, why do people build wells? Why do people build wells, children? Why? Because if there is no rainfall, if they don't have rivers nearby, if they don't have a pond or lake to give them water, so they have to dig the well and get the water. So I think you can think and you can give your own answer. Why do they dig the well? When they want water, when they need water and there is no river or no pond, lake near their place, they have to dig the well and get the water. Now take the 38 page number, children. Groundwater and surface water. Please you can write the date. So I think third one you can write on your own. See children, S4 date you write, page 38. Ground and surface water, very simple one only. The water deep inside the ground is called, very good, groundwater. Spellings, all these are the keywords. As I told you, whichever spelling are new, that all are the keywords. Water on the top of the ground is called surface water. Ground spelling, surface spelling, artificial, man-made, natural, all these spellings you have to learn. Which of these sources of water are the same? Yeah. See, which of these sources of water are the same? What is the same about them? Well, sea, lake, tube well. Very good. Well and tube well are groundwater sources, right? They are under the ground, groundwater sources. Write neatly, children. Next, sea and lake, children. Sea and lake are surface water sources. Sources of water you can write, or surface water sources also you can write. Where does groundwater come from? Groundwater is there now. How the groundwater came? How the groundwater is came? We are able to get it. Very good. Where does the groundwater come from? Rain water seeps inside. Seeps means they go inside. Seeps inside the ground and gets stored as ground water. Rain water seeps inside the ground and gets stored as groundwater. Even the river, lakes, everything, main sources, rain. Just now we learned. So you complete that. Only this third question I left it for you. Why do people build nests? If there is no rivers or lakes or ponds near the place and there is no rainfall, they can't get the water, they have to dig. Even in the cities, we don't know, we have bore wells in many apartments, many places. Why? That is only just like a well only. Why? Because if there is no source, when the source is not sufficient for us, the supply, what we are getting from the government is not sufficient, we have to dig the well, or we have to make the tube wells, send the tube wells and get the groundwater. How does the groundwater is getting filled? Rain water seeps inside the ground and gets stored as groundwater, or you can put in your own words and complete the S3 and S4. Now the first activity you did as drawing the water bodies. Now you know that backside of that you have to classify all of them. As I told you, S2 you copy, no? So already you have drawn all those sources. So you classify them as first salt water, fresh water. Already land part I told right there only. Salt water, fresh water. Then groundwater, surface water. Then man-made, artificial. So the same water bodies, you classify all these categories in that A4 sheet where you have started that activity of drawing the water bodies. Complete that. Read the lesson again and again, and backside questions also you try to answer on your own and be ready for the next class, children. The very important thing is S1, S2, S3, S4 all should be completed, and also learning part should be over. Let us meet in the next class, children. Bye bye, children.